Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Greetings, travelers, and welcome to another fantastical episode. I say as I'm rubbing my nipples of another pod. Do not relent. I am Slidewhistle.
It's your boy, Immunization. Can confirm he was rubbing his titties.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag, and I'm on a space trip.
Space trip?
Yeah, space trip. That's the name of the Shorts Brewing sixer next to me. I gotta say, this is what happens when you don't actually look at the packaging or anything about it and just see a skeleton in space. It was called Space Trip, so I expected it to be wild, out of this world. It is the IPA-iest IPA I have ever had.
I feel like IPAs would go out of business if they didn't have fun cans or bottles and designs.
Yeah, no one's going in for like, ooh, I just want that lovely sour experience. What if a pine cone was a liquid?
Well, I mean, pine cones can be good. I guess I say that as a gin lover, which is the epitome of pine cone flavor.
I was about to say, yes. That talks about how woodsy it tastes.
Over here, we're drinking espresso martinis out of straws.
Well, I drink a lot of things with straws now to like go past my Invisalign, but that's a whole other story. So,
Cubby Bub uses things with straws, but she does it for the sad reason. She does it because she's like, I only have 2 big beers, and I want to really live tonight. So I was like, oh no. It's like the alcoholic thing where it's like, if you get it through a straw, it really hits you.
I feel like if you get a big sip of alcohol, it just goes right to the taste buds, past the cola or whatever you're using to mix it with. Oh shit, we just got breaking news, guys.
Breaking news, and I look over and I see that he has something open that says 6 days ago.
I'm not even going to reference that.
Darn it.
See, this is why you don't look over, because I'm talking about something else. I just got an alert from my phone. President-elect Donald Trump has selected as his new Attorney General Garrosh Hellscream. That's right, everybody. He's pulling him out. He's gonna come and meet justice.
Honestly, I feel like he's more qualified than a lot of like the president-elect's cabinet. So sure.
It's crazy that my man Gates is less qualified with all of his funny fumblings than Garrosh Hellscream, who, going on last time I saw the man, is a pile of glowing red dust on the ground.
I also will say Garrosh Hellscream was a defendant in a trial specifically for fucking around with war crimes. Maybe
and he was found. Oh wait, no, he was found not guilty. The August Celestials really pussed out on that one. I was about to be like, and he was convicted. He just never made it to prison.
Or did he run away before they made the conviction?
He ran away before they made the conviction. The trial was like, oh my god, chorus straws broke him out. And then they asked, like, August Celestials, what would you have said? And they were like, this whole trial was a sham. We would have always let the guy go.
Yeah, and then that was the last time we really did anything with like Pandaren people, like in the main storyline, right? Other than obviously like, the G-Fire Paul or whatever. But like that was the last thing we did.
The August Celestials really soured the whole experience. It's like, wait a minute. You guys are supposed to be omnipotent gods. You're dumb. Garrosh should not have been let free. Namaste, my brother. As everyone's like, oh, let's go. Let's forget this ever happened.
And then we just never referenced them again. No one's gone back to ask them like, oh, hey, Shadowlands, like, how do you guys feel about this? Or, Sylvanas doing anything? And they're just like, huh? What are you talking about?
Huh?
There it is.
No, but like I feel like we just don't go back to them because they don't give an answer that you would want or expect or need. So like,
sick of those dudes.
I feel like I'm always fucking seeing Zhuen. Zhuen's constantly running around with like Lin or Minnie, and it's like, Zhuen, get your cat ass out of here. Ain't nobody wants you. And he's like, but I do 15% extra damage. Get your blue self out of here. You dropped the ball.
You want Chi-Ji.
I do not see Chi-Ji like ever. I guess because we don't have any Mistweavers in our group. I miss Chi-Ji. Chi-Ji can get a pass. All those other goofballs, stay in the past.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't thought about that. I haven't really seen many Chi-Chis. Does Lin even use like the ox when he's tanking? Because he's a monkey tank. Monk tank.
I was like,
Monkey tank.
no, because for my limited experience, it's like very situational. I feel like we're never pulling things where it's like I need to distract two guys while we fight another one. It's usually just like, well, I'll pull everything all at once.
Yeah, but there was a series of interviews that I've just been kind of looking over and parsing through because, the Wowhead Classic thing where they just post like very light details. It's actually, sometimes I'm like, where is the article at? Like, how do I get to this? Ian did an interview with the Comeback Kids. Who the fuck are the Comeback Kids?
Is he fucking with Jason and the Amoeboys over there? I feel like he's running down the ladder. We can get him one of these episodes, right?
Like, are these guys famous? Because Ian, if you could do an interview with the Comeback Kids, do an interview with us. Like, what the fuck? Do I need to send like an email or something?
I think we just need to open the vent.
I mean, I figured he would know. Like, he should be emailing us. Is kind of what I'm saying, Ian.
I mean, he obviously listens. Maybe he's just starstruck, you know?
Mad about the glass I took from BlizzCon. That's what it
Ian's
is.
still scared because he knows I saw him and he knows I'm a solid like 3 inches taller than him. He's like, it's really gonna ruin my record if the little guy is bigger than me.
But I guess in the Comeback Kids interview, they talked about like, just random shit. They went over delves. Bran will have a tank spec in season 2. So people who are finding delves a little hard, that'll probably be good. Like healers, be easier. Is it easier for healers or worse?
I don't know. I'll fuck around with it. I'll see how I feel about it. I definitely won't use it on a DPS spec probably, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there are like places for it.
Now, I'm confused here because I thought we were getting a new companion each season. That's not true? We're getting a new companion each expansion?
What? So I guess that's spoiling it. They plan delves to be a mainstay from here on out.
I mean, that makes sense to me because I feel like they've been like pretty successful as basically just a end game content for people to do, like especially for people who just want to do like things solo or just like an auxiliary thing to get like additional gear. I still like occasionally do one like just to have like or 2 or however many you need for like a slot, or if there's a quest or something, I step my foot into them. I know Slide does them like a lot.
Yeah, I do all 8 because I want my goddamn fucking offhand in my vault that I haven't seen yet. It's my best in slot. Yeah, Ian also says, we are super happy with how delves have become part of the endgame loop. But then it goes on and it says, there's a lot of design challenges behind swapping companions every tier. Now Bran will be the Warden companion and we get a new one at midnight. That's why did the Comeback Kids get that and not like everybody? Because everyone's under the assumption that we're getting a new one every season. They're gonna be pissed when they find out from the Comeback Kids that's not the case.
Luckily, the Comeback Kids, and I shan't throw stones on a glass house here, I'm going to assume don't have that big of a reach, so maybe Ian dropped it there because it's like he had to meet a quota, but he's like, no one will listen to the Comeback Kids. They won't believe them.
You know, I just feel like they always make the loop on like really random places. I'm always waiting for the Korean interviews, if I'm being honest, but we'll see.
Yeah, those are the good ones where everybody overestimates the translations and is like, oh my God, we're getting 1 million gold in our mailbox at the start of every week. I mean, that's fine. I feel like at this point, Bran's kind of like a little too iconic to like go up so soon. So I guess I'm a little happy about that.
So who would be the companion in Midnight then, do we think?
Some
Do
elf.
you think it's a character we don't know yet?
Some
even?
elf. It's going to be... I don't remember her name. It's the dark-skinned elven woman that is with like the Explorers Guild.
I don't know. I don't think she's on the level of Bran. I
She's
feel like
not,
it'd be
but
somebody iconic.
they are definitely trying to push
I think
her.
you mean like Elise Starseeker, right? Is that who?
No, not even her. That probably would be a good one. I was thinking there's the little dwarf with the mohawk, and she always hangs out with the dark-skinned elf. I was pushing her because I feel like they have her. She's sort of the liaison whenever that unit shows up somewhere. So I just figured what elves do they have in their employ?
Dark-skinned elf. Is this a void elf? Is this a night elf?
I think she is technically a blood elf. She is dark-skinned as in like
Me no. I think you're gonna be shocked when it's Gen. When Gen Greymane is out there slashing and hacking with his claws.
Aaron would never leave the Delves ever again.
Yeah, I would be their number one their number one guy. Although I wonder, what would he do to heal you? My man is not a healer.
Brand's not a healer. Brand's not a healer
but
either.
he's got access to, like, these are my silly little potions. I don't see Gen having silly little potions.
Wait, no, listen to this. Gen pulls out his whistle and he goes, Mia, come here.
Or he just screams, my son, I mean Anduin. So like the combo is just Gen and Anduin as your one companion.
Looking ahead, we got the drive stuff. So there is no roster. I think I went over that already. I think we talked about that last week. Oh, okay. There are a couple of courses in the zone for the new drive hot rod, similar to skywriting.
So yeah, like Super Jailer Racing, like there are going to be a few tracks. I wonder if this will count towards like, or if this will be the like skywriting achievement for the zone. We don't even have confirmation if you'd be able to fly there, do we?
I think we do. I think this is confirmation because it says there are a couple courses in the zone. That means not all the courses in the zone are for the car. So flying is there's probably still gonna be regular dragon flying ones, I assume.
God, the Explorers League has so many fucking people in it. God, I'm just trying to find this one woman. There's a guy named Walt, Beltran McSorf.
Okay, who does she
Holroyd,
hang out
the archaeologist. She's in all like the Dragonflight Forward archaeologists, like Explorers League stuff. I swear to you, she is one of the 2 to 3 faces of like the Dragonflight silly billiness.
Look, when I hear Explorers League, I just automatically think Elise Starseeker. Like that's where my mind goes. Is she real? Have you been like imagining like her when you're playing? Are you taking edibles before? Dropping some acid?
Have you been revisiting the horrific visions?
This is my entire throughput for this episode. This is my storyline is quietly going. I will start another character in Dragonflight just to find out this woman's name.
Should we give you time to do it now? Because I know you're going to be on your phone trying to find the entire time we're talking. So should we give you time to go find her?
No, you good.
So another thing in this interview was that like Operation Floodgate, the new dungeon, was confirmed to be not a mega dungeon and just one single dungeon, which is interesting because I feel like normally when they add a dungeon, it is a mega dungeon, right? Like, is this the first time in a while that they've added one that is just a not mega dungeon?
I guess, but I feel like I also didn't assume it was a mega dungeon because they didn't tell me it was going to be a mega dungeon. So it's funny that it's being clarified, and then I was like, yeah, I didn't think that. But like, I feel like normally when they do mega dungeons, I don't like when they're split into 2 because then we have to do the same place twice is what it feels like. So I'm happy about that for sure.
Yeah, no, I also think that it's good because as you said, I feel like it's like not good for the dungeon either because like being split into 2 distinct parts for Mythic Plus makes you like lose the whole concept or story of the mega dungeon anyways.
Which I guess kind of brings us into the dungeons for next season because we know now Theater of Pain is coming back and Mechagon, the Nippler one, whatever one that was.
The workshop. Yeah, I mean like, so those are the 2. Then what were the other? There are 2 additional ones, right? What were the other? Oh, Floodgate, Motherload, Floodgate, Motherload, Theater of Pain, Workshop. And then like the 4 other dungeons that are like the War Within ones that weren't the ones that are like currently in rotation, right?
That one's going to be a whiplash because I'm like, okay, the Priory and the Rookery and...
I don't know. I feel like I should know, but I don't.
Did you find it yet, Aaron?
No! It's making me so mad! Now I'm looking for the dwarf woman with the mohawk. That's her friend.
Now, see, that sounds more familiar to me than the other woman, the dwarf mohawk woman, because she's in the beginning of Dragonflight, and we're like, who's this? And she's like, hi, I'm Sandy whatever, and you're never going to see me again.
Okay, I also have the other 2 dungeons. I don't know how we forgot them. Well, honestly, I do know how I forgot them because like I never do them. It's the Cinderbrew Meadery and Dark Flame Cleft. And I'm gonna be honest, like I don't want to do Dark Flame Cleft as Mythic Plus.
I think they'll probably make it easier. I think they almost will have to, because this is the number one thing I've heard about season 2 from a lot of people, is that they don't want to have to deal with the darkness, but neither do the kobolds. So if they can do it, we can do it. What are you like Googling specifically? Are you typing like dark skinned elf?
I
or are you
got
typing,
her.
like...
Okay. So Toddy Whiskers is the one. Is the
dwarf with the mohawk?
Is the dwarf woman's name? No, who does Toddy Whiskers? Ah! I got her.
Oh, so you just found one of them? Not even
No,
the night
I
elf
got
that you're
her.
trying
I
to
got
find?
her. Naleidea Rivergleam.
She's not going to be the companion. That name is not easy to say.
But look, she's so. They would win so many points by putting her in. She is elf. She is.
I don't know who this person is. I've never seen her before in my life.
She talks. She has a voice actress.
She's not on the level of Bran Bronzebeard.
She's getting the push. She's the young blood that they're putting a lot of energy behind. I don't know who this woman is. I don't care who this woman is. But she has a voice actress and they put her in things. She's gonna be it. Mark my words.
Toddy Whiskers has a voice actress, doesn't she? What happened to Toddy? Where's Toddy?
Oh, so you say that it needs to be an elf because Midnight.
Yeah, who else are we gonna be fucking talking to? We're stuck with them for 2 years.
I am not excited to have to hear Aaron rant about elves for the entirety. We might have to put the podcast on a hiatus during Midnight.
Like, he complains about elves way too much when, like, they aren't even in the storyline at all, so...
Well, but you'd be surprised, because when elves are the storyline, at least they have a reason to be there. Elves get pushed into everything that they don't need to, and that's what my problem is. If we're in fucking Keldonus, I'm not going to be upset that it's like, oh, there were so many blood elves here. It's like, yeah, this is their house. Like, I wasn't mad seeing a bunch of highborn in Suramar, because it's like, yeah, we're at their crib.
I don't know. I think you may have been, though. We have to check the tapes. We have to go back and listen.
Luckily, we were not recorded back then, so any past follies were lost to time. You'll never know.
I will say, you have to remember, we stopped playing during that part, so maybe that does lend credence to it.
Yeah, because we bought into Aaron's propaganda against all elves.
All I'm saying is, you go forward now. What do people think of Nightborn? Somehow they're the...
Well, I'm just mad at them because they should be Alliance, but they're stupid.
Somehow, in a world full of elves, they're the ugly ones. So maybe I was onto something there. Maybe there's a reason not to like them.
If maybes were rabies, we'd all have shots.
Naleidea Rivergleam. Get used to her.
I don't think I'm going to. I think this is the last time anyone will ever mention her.
Not Ian. They love... I'm telling you, they love her. She's coming back. Mark my word!
Just reading the interview stuff again. Ian's talking about nonsense about dungeons. Who cares about the jump from 11 to 12? Like, who cares? If you're doing an 11s and 12s, you're asking for pain. Like, it says the jump is a bit much. Okay, why are you doing them for?
Did you just get more points? I guess gear's better, but, like, isn't there a point to mythics where it's like, okay, this is sort of like delves with 8s, where it's like you can do better, higher level stuff, but like why bother?
Yeah, I think doing a 10 is the most that you would ever have to do, and that's not even for gear. That's like, well, for vault, I think that gets you like the mythic track, but then it also gets you a portal. So I think anything past that is just for the love of the game and to get a higher Raider IO score, I think.
It's for the freaks that play this game and skip cutscenes and turn the audio off, and then I'm like, okay, so it's interesting that you're only here for like the game to like the game mechanic side, I guess. Which, I mean, it is
no
good.
Way to talk about Ahoy. He's a nice man.
Listen, Ahoy has had personal growth. He has the sound on his game now. Like, he understood the liquid fart thing.
Thank goodness.
I just feel like I would be too distracted. I would miss like something. Like, the audio cues are pretty good at letting you know. Also, the music at the Queen is like kind of lit, honestly.
Honestly, the music everywhere. It's like probably their department that like honestly never misses in my book. I like legitimately just listen to World of Warcraft soundtrack while I'm working sometimes. So like
nerd.
A loser.
I mean, yeah.
I only listen to RuneScape. I played Lumbridge at my wedding. When my wife came out, we were just blasting the Lumbridge theme. And then after we gave each other a kiss, we both put a chalk circle around us, sat down, and warped away.
Not before stealing my bread outside of the reception.
Shouldn't have wandered into a PvP zone.
I was lured.
You were lured into the wildy.
As a wedding gift, my uncle trimmed my armor. He gave me a rune skimmy.
I don't know how Ganelin does it. He's in the wildy all the time.
Gross.
Get it? Because, anyway. So crests. Get this, guys. Get this. Ian says, there's more to do to make it intuitive. The name of the crests, for example. Yeah, no fucking shit, Ian.
Like, we've been complaining about this for a while, and I'm like, the system, great, love it. It should be in the game. I understand. Like, I understand it. They just need to just like stop caring about like the aesthetics of like the expansion or the zone or whatever. Like, sure, you can add that to its name, but like, why don't they just legitimately? There's like what, 4 of them? You could just have like uncommon crests. I mean, no, like common crests, rare crests, epic crests. Maybe you can't call it legendary crest, but like something above that. Have it the same color scheme so that you know exactly what it is. And then if you want to like have them look a certain way for that expansion, fine. But then still just give them a tint of that color so you know. And then like if they need to be named Harbinger because we're in like the Xalatath phase of the game, then sure, call it that. But then call it like Epic Harbinger Crest or something like that.
I really don't see the point, you're right, in making it like match the aesthetic or being nice, because even the idea of just getting the crest in the first place I think is stupid as fuck. I have to go to the enchanting area, somewhere I never would go as a non-enchanter, talk to the little dwarf Earthen, what's her nationality?
Whoa, okay, calm down now. This dark-skinned Earthen.
Hey! Well, look at her.
To answer your question, officially, is an Earthen, I believe.
I truly don't know. I just go talk to her, and then she talks to me in a I would know by her voice, and then I have to buy this random item that I'm like, okay, I bought the crest. No, not to fucking get an enchanter to make it. Doesn't make any sense. Like that part should be on you, the enchanter, to provide, not me to go buy it from your enchanter to give it back to you. It's stupid.
Okay, hear me out. They needed to give the enchanters something to make it worth it, and especially in Dragonflight when that was the only thing that we could do, that and like the legendary in this 3rd season or whatever. Now we make like the oils too and like illusions and stuff, so like there's more things that people would want from us. I mean, like, I get that. So actually it does feel like an extra step. Like, you're right, you should just be able to submit just however many of it you would need, say like 60 in the order, and then like that should just be good enough.
Yeah, I don't really understand why there's an extra step. Maybe like to give you a chance to refund it if you realize you fucked up, but like it doesn't matter because you make the item, you've done it already. So it's like if somebody wanted leather boots from me and they had to go to my table and buy a pair of base boots and then send me the order with the base boots. It's silly. So hopefully they get rid of that. That'll be great. So that's basically all with the Ian's interview with the, oh my god, the Comeback Kids. I almost said the Proud Boys. Ian, no, don't talk to them, the Comeback Kids.
I'm just trying to get in good with the incoming Trump presidency. We're making inroads with the Proud Boys.
Ian, no. Holly did an interview with the Daily Star, which I swear was like a celebrity like gossip one. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what the
I
Daily
believe
Star is.
Star magazine period is. Like, Star is a gossip magazine.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's get into this. Does this feel gossipy?
Let's see. Oh, Wowhead recommends reading the full articles, but we've summarized for you. Oh, they're going to get mad about this. Look out. Okay, so it starts off with player housing. You know, basically, oh, we're so excited for this, blah, blah, blah. Players fast. Holly says, housing is going to be a journey for, drumroll please, the next couple of decades.
Whoa,
Wait a minute,
whoa.
Holly.
I mean, Holly, I believe in the strength of the product, but 50, 20, 30 years? Hollis?
So I will say, like, at the BlizzCon line type, whatever, the Warcraft thing that we watched last week or whatever, They went out of their way at the end of it to say that like this was a celebration of the last 30 years of Warcraft, and then they said here's to the next 30. So I think legitimate, like honestly, it made me feel a little bit better. Like when they announced these expansions like Midnight's, War Within, Last Titan, I was like, is this it? Like why are they announcing them like this? I think this is just like their new current roadmap, and I think they just like I'm happy. I'm happy that like it. Because, like, I honestly don't know what I would do if WoW just ended.
I am excited for conspiracy theorists on episode 7,000 to be like, Holly, it's an alien, by the way. We're going to find them in the next 30 to 40 years. Holly said that they were only preparing for 30 years. The time has come. Warcraft is over.
They've come for Warcraft. Take us to your war chief.
Could you imagine if, like... Okay, well, Aaron's already, like, AI, but then, like, one of us becomes part alien. We're still, it's, like, episode 7,000. We're still taking shots for, like, a new review. We're, like, 80 years old.
I like that. I like
honestly,
we age faster in this universe. We would be in what, our early 50s early 60s 30 years from now, but no, we just tacked like 20 extra on.
I was being dramatic. I'm acting.
I can't understand it because I'm a dang robot. I'm an AI. I don't understand art.
I tried to go to the website to read this article while you guys were talking, and I was met with like 50 scroll wheels of white space and no text. So I don't know if the Daystar is real or Wahoo is making all this up, but I have no access to the real article.
I like how they were bold enough to say, you should read it, and then, like, you can't read it.
What if it's a honeypot? Like, Wowhead's like, oh, you should check the source. And you go, it's just a busted website, and it's like, yeah, dummy, don't ever try and do your own research. Trust us to give it to you.
Visual overhaul of art style. I'm sure this is a hyperbole title. So again, this is confusing because they quote Holly for a sentence, but then before that, Wowhead just posts, like, their own paragraph with no sourcing to the article. So I'll just read what Wowhead wrote about it. WoW's cartoonish art style with larger-than-life shoulders is often brought up in comparison to other, more realistic visuals of some modern games. Development team is constantly asked, when are you going to update the graphics? Graphics have been updated over time, but they want the game to still feel uniquely WoW. And we're staying with that. Okay, who cares? Holly says, like, I was all that before, not what Holly said. I'm confused. But Holly now officially says, what we found is players of WoW don't want something different. They want it to feel like WoW, and they appreciate the style that it is. Wowhead, you're trash. You're so trash in this article.
What, did you have like an Oscar Wilde word count? You had to get an extra paragraph in there so you can afford rent this month?
Jada. Who the hell's Jada with 2 A's? We're watching you, Jada. You're on list. Well, or not our list. Whoa, hey, everybody. I mean, our list.
Well, what is the list, Slidewhistle?
People who were watching who make Wowhead articles to see if they're making good or bad articles.
People to
No.
No, don't say that. And Trump submit. No, delete that. Accessibility concerns, leaving the player behind. It's just the usual kind of stuff that's sad. We want everyone to be able to play the game. We want people to play on a computer or a potato. Bloobity blue. Look at, here's the white space. I mean, you see this? Look at all this nothing I can scroll through.
Do you have like an ad blocker on? Is that why?
Maybe, but it didn't tell me that.
I'm looking at the Space Rock can here, and my alien friend, he's an alien, not a skeleton. Sorry, everyone who had a vivid picture from part 1 of the show. This alien friend here has a mustache, and I'm wondering, how's that work? No hair on your head, but hair on your lip? What secrets do you have that we don't know, Mr. Alien?
Maybe he waxes it to keep his head nice and fresh bald.
Ooh, maybe he waxes his butthole. Returning to the classic DNR formula that you grew to love.
He needs some milk.
Speaking of classic formulas, Classic has officially launched as of today. Well, yesterday, because you're hearing us on Friday.
Also, like, I just want to say, people have been calling it Classic Fresh or whatever. I still want to call it Classic because I think that's funny.
I know Blizzard has 0 stees, 0 Riz, C hazard in Overwatch, but Classic, that pops. Classic Fresh, boo.
And you know what? I kinda get it. I kinda get it because, like, for me, it's like, okay, well, I played Classic very tiny bit when it came out, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm done playing this now. But then it's like to come back to it, everyone's past that. Everyone's level 60, everyone's max level. I'm gonna hop into that and join. Like I could, like, but now like everyone's playing it. So like now, the peer pressure is like, yeah, make a character. So I made Sprockbert, the gnome rogue, on the Classic Anniversary regular server, and I've been killing some wolves for their meat.
How far will Sprocket make it?
So my priest, how far did my priest make it? I either want to say 18.
19, I believe, is what I remember.
Did I come back and hit like low 20s at some point?
I think you attempted to. I think you said that you would, and then we met up here the next week, and you said, I didn't do that. I didn't want to do that.
I'm gonna have to check. That sounds right though. That sounds like that's exactly
for no
what
particular
happened.
reason. It's bouncing around the annals of my mind. 19 on Benedict, 14 on Margaret, 10 on Randolph. I'm pretty sure Immune he got to 10 and he left that shit.
Oh, I'm always the first to drop off a Classic because I don't give a shit.
Well, they made some changes, so maybe you'll care more. Do you care about instant mail between characters in the same account? No longer is it 4 hours, it's 0 hours. Thoughts?
Imagine having multiple characters on Classic. Gah! It takes me 17 years to even get to level 13. Imagine doing it twice.
I never had more than one, and I barely had one, so...
Oh, okay, wait, this one's actually interesting. I mean, not really for us, because we haven't made it this far. But the removal of the buff debuff limit, because wasn't that something that like certain people you just like don't use your dot because you're taking up a space on the boss, so you don't press that button. So like now maybe more classes are viable? Question mark.
That's crazy shit.
It's wild. It's wild that, and I know it's 2004 and it had like 0 contemporaries. It's interesting it shipped like that. That was an intended thing where it's like, yeah, don't hit the boss too hard, or else you're technically not hitting it hard enough.
And then dual specs, which that's just amazing. So here's my plan. I made a character. Usually what happens is I like read the articles that's like, here's the best thing you should do, and here's the worst thing you shouldn't do from my head, just to be like, I don't want to be miserable when I'm playing, right? But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna treat this like some people in our guild. I'm just gonna go in. I'm just going to level up what I think is fun, and I'm just going to fucking do whatever the fuck I want. And if I don't look up anything, I won't know
Will
that I'm
you
wrong.
be using like base UI and stuff? I remember you put some quality of life things on Benedict, and I, at the time, said that was antithetical to what Classic should be.
Oh, I 100% am using Questy, because I was killing wolves without Questy, and I was like, it makes me want to log off, not having like things pointing
I
me
want to
places.
give it a good, honest try. But not classic, because that's rough. That's bad.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad to have a thing telling me where to go, just so I can go do the
No!
thing I have to do.
No!
Their descriptions are ass, though, sometimes, if you, like, just try to read the quest text.
Metzen designed it like this way for a reason! Grum's designed it this way for a reason! Right before he stole the titty milk!
My favorite was like, as I was stabbing wolves, the amount of people around me who you could tell had an add-on, because when they level up, the add-on tells you. And it's like, I reached level 2 using XP tracker 357. And I'm like, why do you have to let everyone know that? That's weird.
That's funny. I saw someone doing that in Yum one time. I was in a time walking dungeon group, so it's like we did 5 in a row. Yeah, and I watched that guy, and every single time he'd be like, thank goodness I made it to level 52 using xptrackinator.com. Click here to get your own. And I was like, Blizzard can see that, right? Like that's literally advertisement. That's third-party advertisement in this dungeon.
You know what? That would get me. I would have to go check it out though. And I definitely though I do want to also check out Hardcore Classic, because I had a lot of fun when I was doing Hardcore. But I think what happened was I lost my character and I was like, fuck this. Fuck, I died to a fucking in a cave.
So
Somebody
you did Hardcore Classic the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like way back when for like the Uno Mas contest. I was like, that was fun, but that's because we were playing WoW. I don't know how.
Oh, we also did that, though. I actually think Slide won that contest.
Well, there was controversy. Remember, me and Cass were neck and neck, and she'd play when I was asleep, and then I'd play when she was asleep. We never addressed the drama, but we both were like, "I'm gonna beat you." And then I think because
I think there was some silly shenanigans because it was like you stopped, but she had an hour on you because she's in Nevada, so she power chugged an extra little bit. So it's you were in the lead at the call out, the call time, but then she got past you.
Yeah, I think it was on honors because the deadline had already reached and he was like, "Oh, it's fine to play for more." And I was like, but I stopped playing because it was deadline.
I think the core of it was that it wasn't clarified if the deadline time was personal, what time zone it was. I think that's what it was.
I never got my money from honors because I forgot he made it a choice. I remember he made it a choice because he was going to give both of us prizes. But then he was like, "Yeah, so I already gave Cass the money, but I don't have any gold, but I can get gold." And I was like, "Honor, just don't go get gold to give me. Just give me whatever else.
Yeah.
Don't."
That's fucked up. It's been years. You never shook him down for that. You never. We can take this guy and shake him by his ankles over a bridge in Azkahet.
No, he already paid.
Where's the money, buddy?
I feel like he already paid it by having to do the classic leave the guild and then come back when he realized the grass wasn't greener on the other side. So that
his humbling was enough of a prize for me.
I feel like it wasn't even really a humbling. It was just yeah, this happens. I know he'll be back.
It is funny that I feel like people get frustrated with our guild and then leave and then end up silently and slowly coming back. This happens a lot.
Oh, which, you know what? I think it's time to do our top two, bottom boot, medium mood.
Gasp! So potentially well, now we got a lot of yapping to do. We'll make it to the 60-minute mark, don't you worry.
Oh, yeah, we know we got a lot to talk about. And I'm going to kick us off. I'm going to steal this top two, which I'm sure Immune will piggyback off of next.
How fucking dare you? I'm going to steal it from you right now and say I have a top two.
No, no, I have one too. I have a toot.
Well, okay, fine. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. You can go first.
My top two is that Immune's top two is...
I mean, it's all of our top two. It's also...
Aaron's.
Well, Aaron has something else that he wants to talk about, but what we're getting at is our guild got AOTC. My prophecy had been fulfilled. We're good, everyone. Not only am I playing Oracle spec on my priest in game, apparently Immunization is also an Oracle on this podcast. We got AOTC. We killed Queen Anzarak last night, and
it feels good because you guys for a bit there were slipping, dipping around with other people. So it'd be we got AOTC, and then you guys would be in the corner smoking cigs we got it 3 weeks ago with Viper D Rapper. But it feels nice to, for all intents and purposes, I believe we all got it together.
Yeah, I don't really pug anymore. I don't got time for all that nowadays.
I feel like Queen Anzarak is a fight that almost seems unpuggable. I can just see where all the pain points in pugging will be. People hitting the button by accident. People not just honestly, all the button would be completely unpuggable unless they were all going to commit 3 hours. This is actually the first time I would say that it was unpuggable.
Yeah, and it was actually interesting because both groups downed her and got AOTC within 20 minutes of each other. They got AOTC technically before us, and it lagged all of us out, all the achievements and guild as we were mid-pull. I'm not gonna say it was the reason that we wiped, but it definitely didn't help. I honestly think a few people died because of it.
No, our problem was as Mitch would say was the pinks. The paladins were really struggling. All the paladins, all three of them, at some point or another, were either just getting eaten by Queen Anzarak on the pole, or were falling to the bridge, or were wearing a two-hander ret weapon as a holy paladin for the entire night and didn't realize it until the end of the kill.
When he revealed that, because I was in the ill-fated achievement group after everyone had left, and when he admitted that, I got on the mic and I said, "What do you mean?"
You said that?
Yeah, I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, just a silly slip up. Oh. And Lynn's like, ha ha, that's so crazy. Just like Bear. And I was like, you put everyone's lives in danger. The prophecy could have been unraveled because of your tomfoolery.
That is super funny because, like, okay, so our first pull of the night was an 11% pull, and I'm pretty sure he was dead because he wasn't probably able to heal himself properly because he didn't have the intellect or the shield or any of the things needed to holy shock properly.
Yeah, that's like a lot of it, like lower int, and then as Aaron pointed out, like because he doesn't have a shield, like I'm sure he's just not as tanky, so like he'd die easier.
And I just
It's
realized
crazy.
I don't know Holy at all, so maybe they don't. But like, yeah, what if he had a move where he had to use his shield to do something? You can't do that when you have a big sword. Like, I was just thinking of the armor it gives him, but like, if he's got a shield stun move, can't do that.
Yeah, I think it was mostly the ant. I was looking at the logs and I was like, oh man, but I guess he also died a couple times. I had to get revived because because his healing wasn't as strong. But yeah, I'm just so glad we got it because now I feel like I couldn't like do an alt until we got this like lockdown.
I feel terrible.
Glad we got it.
There was a bit talking about the pinks where our new friend Mal he was just like bumbling, like he was like silly deaths, and I almost wanted to message Ahoy and be like, "Hey, what's going on with your boy? you brought him here. What's going on with your boy?"
I felt kind of bad because I could tell that he was like frustrated with himself a bit.
Oh yeah, because when he died, he went fuck.
Yeah.
So
It
loud.
seemed
I was like,
atypical
oh.
of him, but he was having a rough night, and I wanted to be like, I thought you were, I thought you were top of the charts, buddy. As I'm distinctly at the bottom of the DPS charts, like, come on.
I am super glad that we got him though, like that Ahoy got him in because he's like we need more healers. Also, Bear was kind of kicking ass. Bear posted a video too, and he knew he was kicking ass because he posted that video. I saw him healing.
Also, I like how Bear Bear posted a video of our kill, and then I'm like, how long has he been recording these? Or like, anyways, and then I like how he like actively edited it too. I like the like caption editing and like things that people were saying. It was kind of fun.
I got a famous Rosh. What the fuck? He died.
Ah, God, if only I would pay Bear if he's filming every fight, which he's probably not, but I would pay him to get the. Oh no, that was an Ansurrect though. What the hell? As he was like, as he didn't move off of a teleporter and got teleported again. God, please, Bear, if you have the raw Rosh, what the hell footage, I will pay you for it.
Like you could tell that we were like kicking ass on that fight because we were killing the ads so fast that we just were not ready for the knock up. Like when you get knocked to the air, like the amount of people that got flung sideways or like flung like away because like the things were dying so incredibly quick.
And then also, I don't know if you guys felt it, but like when the other group got AOTC, I feel like everyone just like hella locked in on our next pull, and then we got AOTC on our next pull. I feel like there's just like an air of seriousness all
Which
of a
is
sudden.
crazy because it's typically never that. It's usually if group one gets it, we're just done. We're packing it up. Like we're a ghost of a boy going forward. But yeah, I checked the logs, and it was 13 minutes from when I said the group one win is always a death knell to us talking about like easy peasy.
No, I knew we were gonna get it today. Get it that day once I saw like that we were murdering shit. My favorite one though was like Brodsky. I think Brodsky was trying to make it like when he got knocked up, and I saw him. He got knocked up to the left, like on the we're going to the third platform, and I see him like on the pillar. He's stuck on the pillar, and I tried to pull him, but I couldn't target him through the pillar, and so he must have just slipped off eventually, and he reincarnated, and it must have fucked him, and it reincarnated him, I think, in the exact spot he died in.
On the pillar?
So it must have, because he had two death notifications. I meant to ask him about this. I'll probably ask him about this before we post the episode, but it had to be what happened, because it said Brodsky died, and then it said Brodsky died immediately. And I'm like, no way. Did it just fucking dump him in the ocean? Like, just killed him immediately?
7:11 a.m. editing note. That is what happened. RIP to a real one. Twice, apparently.
Would not surprise me, Blizzard.
Yeah, it just felt really good. Once we killed that, we got our screenshot, I said, I'm going to follow Ash. I'm going straight to fucking bed. I got my bed nice and cozy, curled up at like 10:20.
So like I was like, okay, well it's break time. I'm gonna like feed the cats. I'm gonna like see how I feel because like the plan was to do achievement run after that because we still had like over half of our raid night left. And then I got back as break was ending. I was like, I really am sleepy. I'm a little EP boy. I'm like, I need to sleep too. So like, bye guys. I felt bad because there were only like 10 people left.
Well, I was one of them. We did 4 achievables, and by that I meant we did 2 achievables. Achievement 1, you have to protect a little worm guy from Altherex's abilities. It's fine. It's like the Laradar one, but not as annoying because it's the first guy instead of like the 7th guy. Achievement 2, everyone, when they go down in Hungering Horror, everyone needs to grab a little goo guy. And they were running that shit like it was the Navy. Like, we would go down and like Lynn, Rosh, Kojax were screaming, I've got 2 on pillar. I've got 2 on pillar. And I was like, there was like a lot. And I get that not everyone's as mobile as a mage, but it's like, it's normal. We're down there for like 30, 40 seconds. They're just semi off the beaten path. I don't know if we need to be this super serious about it. But it ends up that when everyone gets it, it spawns a big goopy that was 1 scroll wheel down in the description that Lynn didn't read. So we killed the Bloodbound Horror, didn't kill the goopy, didn't get the achievement.
Wait, so did you do it again or did you just call it?
We killed him. We killed the Bloodbound Horror, so we couldn't do it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we moved on to Sikron. Everyone picks up a decimator and everyone hits him with it individually. He will parry it and make it where you take 20% more damage. Everyone gets that, kill him, you're done. It was good. Final one of the night, Rashanan. Everyone needs to be hit by every single slime wave. So this will actually be
every slime wave?
Yes, and this will actually be pretty easy because it's essentially just what we were already doing, Uno Mas. People run the wrong way. You just make sure that you do that and get everyone in the middle, and then they get hit by the wave. But it has to be every single wave that's up. So when we were fighting Rashanan, a wave started, people had the goopy. At 1%, we killed her, didn't count.
What?
Yep, we got, if we had been like 2 seconds slower, we would have got the achievement. But because we killed it during the wind up to that bit, we didn't get her. So we got Olgarex and Sikron's achievement, and then now we're open to do more.
Well, I'm glad you guys beta tested the achievements for us, so when we do them for real, we'll get them real quick. Oh, wait, but Aaron, what's your bottom boot? What do you got?
Well, it's such a shame. What a descent down into madness from Slidewhistle's former top toot, the Mountain Dude experience. I was actually able to attend, and it is unfortunately my bottom boot of the week.
Mountain boot.
So our story begins 3:30 p.m. I go to the Emerald Dream on my girl Skeletra, and I go, the Mountain Dude and Big Sippin and Leroy Jenkins are clearly human men. They will not be able to talk with me. So I said, it's time to level up a new guy. So I absconded with one of my save names to make Mountain Dew Fan Man.
Fan Man?
No, it's Mountain Dew Fanboy. Mountain Dew Fanboy. The Night Elf Druid. I level him up to level 12, which level 10 gets you into the anniversary event. I show up and I'm like, haha, what a funny, silly name I have. This place is full of nothing but Mountain Dew boys. People who are like 10, 11, 15, exclusively Mountain Dew fans. As I'm walking around, I am invited to the guild, Do the Dew.
The guild, or was it the community?
No, it was a guild.
The guild?
Yeah, it's a guild that was made that day. And it's like, we were having trouble. Like, people were like, can you promote me to Raider so I can invite people? And it's like, I can't. I'm level 10. So we had to invite other people, other non-Dew heads, into the guild to get them to add people. And then it's like, okay, we got everyone in, and like we would remove them because they're not like a true Dewian.
Dubian.
So I sit there and I was like, Mountain Dude and Big Sippin said they'd be there at 5 p.m. EST. This is like 3:45 EST. And I said, I don't want to miss them. Like, I can like go do something else, but I don't want to miss them if they show up early. So I sit there for an hour and a half, and all of a sudden, the horn is raised. The fireworks go off. The Mountain Dude and Big Sippin are riding in. So the troubles begin right there. They arrive in an instance shard. Not all of my guild could even see them.
No.
So from moment one, large swaths of Do couldn't even see them. They couldn't participate in the event.
What was the reason that some people couldn't?
They just weren't in their shard, I guess. I don't know. Like, they were in the guild, but they weren't in our group.
That's crazy. That's awful.
That's terrible. But luckily, this guy, Mountain Dew fanboy, was in the group. So as my chat exploded in green, going, where are they? Where are they? Invite. Please invite me. I just said, mute. I'm going to enjoy my time with the Mountain Dude and Big Sippin'. So they roll into the middle of the anniversary area. They start giving out single-use codes in /Y. So the Mountain Dude is sitting there, and he just goes, A55BXYTZ221.
No.
Well, guess what, everyone? There's a lot of people talking at this thing because they want to talk to the Mountain Dude and Big Sippin', and my guild's exploding. So if you didn't take a picture of that code, it's gone, buddy. Have fun scrolling to try and find it. Also, guess what? It's already gone because it's single use.
This is such a poorly run event. I can't believe that this is the way that they thought would work for this.
So, yeah, people try and enter these things in, and one person in my guild happens to get one, and he finds out, for some reason, everyone thought these were free codes to the bikes. No, these are 100-point codes.
No.
Wait, so it's 600, right? Is it what you need for a bike?
And sitting here under the hutch, each of them, Mountain Dude and Big Sippin', gives out 2. So if you were the fastest fingers in the West, you still would not have a bike. Also, by the way, Leroy Jenkins doesn't say anything. He says, "Hey everyone, Leroy Jenkins," and then does not talk. He doesn't have codes to give out. This clearly was not the man. He does. People were asking him things like, "At least I got chicken." Nothing. Like, this was clearly just a Mountain Dew employee who had this man's. Well, he had an account. We later find out it's not even the real account.
Damn, this sounds like something went horribly wrong, like multiple times.
This is giving what's the name of the con with the ball
Dash
pit?
Con.
Dash Con? Yeah, this is giving Dash Con.
It was
this is giving
huge
DewCon.
Dash Con energy. And it only continues. So if everyone remembers the event, they're like, we're going to go across the plains of Azeroth and kill all of these major bosses.
Yeah, of course.
Well, they find out, they look around and they see that everyone, all these Mountain Dew heads are here. But because it's on Emerald Dream and they made joke characters, like, no one is past level 20. We can't even get into these places. So Big Sippin' announces, we're going to go kill the 3 gatekeeper bosses, which is a distinct lowering of the energy. So everyone gets on their green Fellhawks and their green dragons, and they start to ride out. But what is this? Mountain Dude, Big Sippin', and Leroy Jenkins, they want to RP ride there.
Well, that makes sense. So it's slow though, right?
Yeah, we're traveling at like 2 miles per hour. It would take us like 15 minutes to get
So
to...
are you... Oh, wait. Everyone can mount, right? At that level?
Yes, yeah, because 10 is when you can mount. So if you were there, you could mount. And we were all on like green mounts and stuff. I have a lovely picture of Dew forming a big green circle around where we thought they would spawn. It's very nice. I'll share it in the Discord. So we are traveling at a snail's pace. The whole time they're yelling at them. People are like, I want a code. You guys are lame. Give me a code. Like, it was, for anyone who's watched, like, I Think You Should Leave, it was big silent theater frat boy energy where it was just like, they were like, what a great day to drink Mountain Dew. As someone's like, you're a liar. I looked at your achievements. You made this account yesterday,
Oh my
stupid.
God.
People were screaming at them. And so we ride for about 10 minutes. We get like half a mile out. And Big Sippin' goes, we're headed back. And The three of them turn by and they start hauling ass back to the anniversary grounds at full speed. And this is where I get the video that I shared in the Discord. They get there, wordlessly, they give out 2 more codes. So, like I said, we're now at 6. If you claimed every single code because you were a robot, congratulations. You are the one person who could get a bike at this event.
This is insane. Like, I don't think I could have gone out of my way to purposely make a worse event.
You're telling me that we are about next week are about to host a better giveaway for Mountain Dew bikes. That's right, folks. If you're listening still, we're about to succeed Big Sippin' and the Mountain Dew in giving bikes away. Stay tuned. Then they did?
I can answer that right now. The answer is yes.
So we have given out the codes. Big Sippin' says, it's showtime. And we ride out to Doomwalker. It's dead. Big Sippin' goes, on to the next one. We ride out to Shaw of Anger. It's dead. He goes, 2 down, 1 to go. And everyone's like, we're not doing anything. You're not.
It's legitimately that Sailor Moon meme where it's like, you didn't do anything.
Okay, wait. Do you think that, like, the people who were in charge of the characters didn't know what they were... They had to be WoW players. They had to be like, WoW. They have to be.
No. These are clearly Mountain Dew employees who were given these characters, because they're only like level 20. They were given these characters to play WoW. Anyone who had an understanding of the World of Warcraft was not involved in planning.
Shut the fuck up. This is crazy.
So we make it to Archivon. Like, he's there. People stopped attacking stuff. He's there. But now we're looking at, well, okay, we got a group of 40 assholes, and maybe 5 of them are level 50. So we fight Archivon for like 20 minutes. I'm surprised he didn't restart. I died a bunch of times. My gear was red. I eventually started I was in first person mode because I filmed the whole thing. I was in first person mode just looking at people because I was like, if I attack Archivon, his farts will knock me down.
I also love everybody. This is our first time hearing this. Aaron kept this a secret from until just now.
We are live reacting to this right now with y'all, and Slide has been like off mic just because he's been dying so profusely at how ridiculous this story is.
At the end, we kill Archivon, which, by the way, I'm so sorry. Big Sippin said we're going to do 2 rotations of this. We do 1 because it takes it 40 minutes. And he goes, epic! We're going to record an episode of our show now, and we want you to be involved. People are screaming at them like, you're a sham. More codes. Better codes. You're not real. This is at the point where someone fact checks Leroy Jenkins and said, he doesn't have the Leroy Jenkins achievement. It says he's never been in the raid that he was in the Leroy Jenkins video. This is a fake.
This is a disaster. You filmed all of this?
He says nothing. Yeah, I filmed all this. I'll be releasing it this morning. So Friday morning, I'll be releasing it on the Do Not Relent YouTube channel. Go ahead and give it a watch.
I'm going to turn on fucking notifications for my own channel, our own channel, to watch this shit.
I'm honestly kind of speechless. Like, this has to be one of the worst events that's been hosted in World of Warcraft.
It has to be one of the first, like, RP advertisement events. So, like, I can kind of see how it would go sideways, but it's crazy that they wouldn't put a WoW developer or just a WoW player in charge of, like, leading it. Because you're right, Aaron's right. It's obvious that this was not given to a WoW player.
Because, like, for the codes, like I'm not even going to get into, it's not even worth saying how they could have done it better. Continue the story.
Well, we're reaching our falling action, I'm afraid, because after Big Sippin announces this, and I go around and I get fun close-ups of all 3 of our heroes here, the Mountain Dude says something to the effect of, let's ride, and they disappear. And like a solid 3/4 of the group disappears. It appears that Mountain Dew fanboy, despite being a fanboy, was no longer deemed necessary. And I was removed from the instanced content.
Kicked you?
I don't know what happened. I wasn't there anymore. I think what it was they were putting together a group that was going to come together and be like, oh, we're like the Mountain Dew show. But I couldn't join it because I was too low level. And like everyone in my group my guild couldn't do it either. Like 30 minutes, people are panicking, until eventually someone was like, they logged off. So I never saw them again after that.
And you're never gonna see them again, which is probably for the best.
Yesterday morning, I logged into Mountain Dew Fanboy. This is days after the disaster, and I was the only member of Do the Dew that was logged on.
I'm gonna have to do some research. I'm gonna have to ask like my Final Fantasy friends how the Big Sippin' event went for them, because I feel like I would have heard if it was this bad, right? Like,
I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know how their instancing works, but I figure here we at least try to do content. I'm guessing that Big Sippin' and the Mountain Dude did not actually like fight any bosses at Nirgaya. They just kind of hung out and ate eggs. So maybe it went better over there. But yes, thank you to everyone from Do the Do. I was going to write down all your names, but then there was a lot of them, and I didn't want to bloat this part already. So thanks, everyone.
You were there.
Smoochies.
If you were there, send Aaron a message. Send us a message at donotrelenttpod@gmail.com and let us know you were there, and you will receive a free Mountain Dew bike. But Aaron can cross-reference the name. You're right. You're still in that guild, right, Aaron?
I am still in the guild. Mountain Dew Fanboy is on your ass.
No cheating. We can do all the checks. We'll check the list twice and kick cheaters to the curb.
Speaking of the curb, that's where I am, because I want to sit my butt down and say this list of lovely $5 patrons. They include Ahoy Vince, Ezrin, Hecky, Digital Dave, asking Garlina to say, for the Horde, Holy Hooves, the Conqueror of Ogremar, Miskit, the Orchidee Orc, Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathian isn't daddy, he's a literal child, Crucifix, Chromone, the inaugural Dornagooner,
Gooner!
Alternator, Saracen Hawk, new patron!
New patron alert! Bow, 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 bow.
Cagoule!
Cagoule.
Justin, give me back my PhD, Arcane. Chris M, Kick Puncher, Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman. Jerome, Adorno. Losing the Patient, Gershie is going to East Hills.
I kind of miss Super Squirt Day. I just like hearing Aaron say. Somebody make their intro the Super Squirt Day one, so he has to say it again.
Duff the Horde, Pooper Cooper, Calcus, Cilantro, Remy.
My spoon is a banana.
Slidewhistle, Secret Stalker, Teehee, Adam N, Vanderlyle, and Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's Fallen Father.
Join those beautiful biddies at patreon.com/do-not-relent. First time I nailed it.
Yeah, because we're going to be recording a bonus episode immediately after this, and I'm feeling silly, goofy, and by that I mean I'm pretty drunk right now, so I'm excited for that.
It's going to be a good one, folks. And it won't be as down as the last one. It's going to be all woohoo!
Oh, election. I thought last one was the 9/11 special, but I guess we've
had some banger of happy episodes there, haven't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, check us, email us, Mountain Dew folks at fucked it up. DoNotRelentPod@gmail.com. Wow. Hey, where you guys at?
You can find me, Alex, or Immunization on Twitter at New Era Alex, or on Blue Sky at Immunization.
Blue Sky. Fuck yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's really taking off, boys.
I'll say respectfully, we're really popping off. It's making me, the guy who runs the Twitter, a little peanut butter and jealous. You can find me on said website at the Big A Cheesy. You can find me on Blue Sky. I looked it up here at aaronlastname.bluesky.social. And you can watch me play videograms at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
All right, folks. Catch you at the Patreon episode. See you there. If not, see you next week. Hit it, Lyndon.
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.